Cancer, this is Star with Ariana Stark. This is your forecast for the month of April 2021. Like always, I will rely on tarot for your overall reading, and I'll also use this oracle decks that I have here. This is a butterfly oracle deck that I'm going to dive into to conclude this reading. Cancer, please keep in mind that these are all random messages and they may not be in any particular order. Towards the final days of March, stepping into April, for Cancerians, we have the Five of Wands. This is the energy which you're carrying forward into this month. Possibly in those final days, you were a bit restless. You had to adapt to the changing circumstances that were there. Certainly, you were quite sought after in this period. Maybe you had also made some gains on account of quick thinking. At times, you may also have been very reluctant to run errands or to oblige your family members, but at the end, you did do the needful. Perhaps this could have created disagreements within the family. The challenges that this month is going to present for you, Cancer, is the Two of Wands. These are the obstacles that you're going to face. Incidentally, we have lots of wands in your reading this month. Surely you may be contemplating about the future with respect to your goals and desires from life. In all likelihood, you may be contemplating about your future with respect to your goals and desires from your life. Maybe there are also financial issues that could crop up in this month. Ideally, I think Cancerians, you're being called upon to take help or assistance from people around you. You're also being called upon to work on your relationship with your mom or a maternal figure. All in all, there'll be those momentary tensions that are going to plague you this month, but then in the end, you will be relaxed and happy. You will find those solutions to the problems that are bothering you this month. Another Wands energy in your reading is the Queen of Wands, which is in the influence card or in the influence position. Certainly, Cancerians, you will be somebody who will take the bull by the horns, or you will want to thrash issues, but at other times you will give the silent treatment to people. You're also coming across as a very creative person. Possibly you will feel let down at times by colleagues or co-workers or even family members, but you can seek divine intervention and you can find everything falling in place. Other than that, Cancerians, I think you should also tap into your contacts, because the goodwill that you have earned in the past is definitely going to help you. Although there are those roadblocks and interruptions, you will find everything falling in place. That's a huge plus, Cancerians. The first 10 days of the month, we have the Four of Pentacles. Again, dissatisfaction with respect to money is quite likely. Maybe expenses are mounting in this period, or you don't have deep pockets. So this is something which you're worrying about. You'll also have to deal with the tension that will crop up on the home front. Maybe you're also angry with the situation that you're in. That is why I said I think those momentary tensions are something which you should be guarding against. Outstation work offers could also be there in the first 10 days, but they may not excite you because the remuneration could be quite less. Nonetheless, this month, I think your family members or your loved ones will promote your talents. Those of you who are in a creative position may find that your ideas could find no takers. This is why you could feel a bit low or downcast. Perhaps you have to approach other people. Ideally, as an employee also, you should brace yourself for it, because your work could be progressing at a snail's pace. Maybe there are also errors, so you are distracted. So that is why, Cancerians, you are being called upon to refocus. Spiritual awakening is also quite likely this month for Cancerians. Maybe you're also going to be somebody who could be distressed because others are not systematic. They don't follow a particular pattern of working. The next 10 days, that is 11th to 20th April, we have the Queen of Pentacles. We have two queens in your reading. Surely females are going to play an important role this month. Minor gains are quite likely in these days. While dealing with your client or with your boss, I think you should try to haggle and get an increase. Largely, financial transactions or banking work will take up your time. For many of you, this is also the time when you will find that things will be revealed. You need to assert yourself rather than let people take you for granted. Incidentally, these days also you may lack in motivation, so you should refocus. Technical gadgets could also bother you. Ideally, I think Cancerians, you should be more generous towards people. The last 10 days of the month, we have the Ten of Swords. This is a situation which is not the best situation to be in. Perhaps you will feel helpless. Maybe there are a lot of problems that you are encountering, and this is also leaving you stressed out. Sometimes you may also be frustrated as your instincts are being ignored. Again, knives are being sharpened behind your back. Other than that, I think those of you who are working, you may find yourself dealing with excess work, and this could leave you exhausted. Maybe colleagues don't show up, and that is why responsibility increases. Besides, I think your colleagues may also alter their plans. That is why you have to reschedule the work. Financially also, like I said, your pockets aren't too deep, so that is why the financial crunch could also be a real issue this month. Nonetheless, I think you should tap into your contacts with the opposite sex. You will benefit on account of them this month. They will be helpful, or they will go out of the way to help you out. At times, you're also going to make those bad decisions, so you are being called upon to rethink your moves. Maybe your family members may think that you are making unwise choices. Nonetheless, I think this is also preparing you for greater things ahead in life. Legal issues could also leave you irked this month. Maybe you think you have to appoint a new lawyer. Trouble could also be on account of a female this month. With respect to your love life, I have the card Inner Child. Certainly, Cancerians, there are those wounds or those negative behaviors and patterns which are gnawing at your self-esteem. You need to heal those wounds if you want some kind of happiness in your life or in your relationships. Surely there'll be admirers or there'll be several suitors trying to impress you, but you should not string anyone along. Even married men could be insecure in your presence because we have the Queen of Wands energy. Those of you who are crushing on someone, I think you'll continue to cyberstalk the person. Perhaps you will stumble upon new details of your person or the person you fancy. Many of you may also want to reach out to your ex, or you want to reconnect with somebody. Or it could be vice versa. An ex-flame could also try to reconnect with you. But maybe you have realized that relationship is over. If you are romancing or who are in the early stages of your romance, you may find that your person will go all out to woo you. Perhaps he could bombard you with messages, but he also knows that he needn't go overboard or you could lose interest. Incidentally, your lover could also be insecure. Maybe he thinks that you could return to your ex. In case you are in an on-again, off-again relationship, maybe you will contemplate on the future of this relationship. Maybe there's hardly any communication. So you have to heal your own wounds before you can proceed. You have to love yourself first. Maybe there are those delays that you're dealing with. On the other hand, married Cancerians, I think you have to put up with a very fastidious or suspicious partner. Maybe you will try to persuade him or try to appease him, or you want him to change his mind, but he could continue to act indifferent. Some of you may also be concerned on account of your spouse's health. Even your in-laws could rattle you this month. Maybe you think that whatever you do for them is never going to be good enough. In case you are in an unhappy relationship, I think you should realize that you need to respect yourself. Maybe you think that this relationship is done for good. We will wrap up this reading with a message from the Butterfly Oracle deck. Take the next step now is a message which is loud and clear. Perhaps Cancerians, you are deciding about something, you are dilly-dallying, so you are being called upon not to procrastinate because time never waited for anyone. In case you feel stuck in a relationship or in case you feel stuck in your professional life, then you are being called upon to make that move. This card is definitely offering you a solution, even if it's a small step. You need to take that small step because it is a step in the right direction. Ideally, I think Cancerians, you're being called upon to focus on what is ahead of you rather than look too far ahead. I hope Cancerians you liked your reading. This is Star with Ariana Stark. Please give us your feedback in the comment section. We also have the weekly love reading which is published every week. Have a look at that as well to get greater insight into your love life. This is Ariana Stark signing off. Take care. Bye. Till the next time.